Birthday. All right, we're up. We're recording. Okay, our goal tonight. We're still confident, guys. Tucker's, like I said, been jamming the content, and we had decided we're talking about our movie tonight because we're gonna go until 10:30. We're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna give it one more go. But we were discussing before we get back to our movie that Tucker was gonna want to change his subclass, which apparently you can actually do once you beat the game. What we found out is what, Tucker?
That apparently my subclass is in the higher players tier list, an S tier choice for subclass.
Yes. So Tucker chose both an A and an S. Apparently, I also chose an A and an S. So we're actually running with good. It seems like every class is basically good except for Claw Shot. So Tucker is happier. You're happier about your choice now?
I think so. If two professional people said that the class that I chose was good, then I guess it's good.
Yeah, they said Spell Shot's a little harder, but it can actually probably be the hardest hitting class in the game. And then Spore Warden is apparently just really good at surviving. So, what is your goal with your build, Tucker?
What's cool with my build?
Let's start there, yeah. What's cool with your build?
It focuses on cryogenic damage.
Yeah, so you learned that cryogenic damage does bonus melee damage?
Yep. Bonus melee.
So that's exciting then.
Yeah.
Because you're pure melee. Oh my god, they spawn you all the way at the top of the damn roller coaster. Don't die.
Good luck.
You can push it. If something really cool is about to happen, then wait.
Well, I can't tell. Well, we're about to enter the parasite's lair, so I'm guessing something interesting is about to happen.
All right, wait for me. Do you have a goal with your build, Tucker?
Become the tankiest thing ever.
So you're still going. Well, Moxie said Berserker was tanky.
Yeah,
right?
I'm Berserker. Yeah.
And Spell Shot is mostly DPS, but I think he even mentioned a little bit of tankiness with it too. Do you happen to know what would be tanky with Spell Shot?
I'll look at my tree.
Okay. So Tucker's happier about his build, which is good. And another interesting thing is Tucker's opinion on... Oh, there's a chest back here, Tucker. Or Buckslayer's opinion on whether or not this game's going to have a long life cycle. And what was your opinion on that, Tucker?
I think it's just something to keep fans busy. So that way they can get ready for Borderlands 5. Or not Borderlands 5, Borderlands 4.
I think that is an interesting topic and an interesting opinion. So the topic... Borderlands 3 got, I'd call it 2.5 years of support. It's in its third year, and which is crazy. I'm pretty sure it came out in 2019. It doesn't not feel like 3 years have gone by, but then again, COVID and so on and so forth. It was definitely supported to begin with really well. September 13th, 2019. So yeah, it's been 3 years, or it's going to be 3 years in September. But they quit, yeah, so 2.5 years, because they did totally quit support for it, basically. They've done some, like, little events, and I don't think they've even done a hot patch for quite some time. And I feel that Borderlands 3 should have gotten 5 years of support, which might seem like a lot, but all you do is look at State of Decay 2. Much smaller team, much smaller. And yet... they have a team that is working on State of Decay 3, but they have kept a small live team on the job, continuing to do quality of life patches, and every now and again, about every 6 months or so, sometimes less, significant updates, like the biggest one to come out, which brought me back when I did all those playthroughs. Plague zones. And then they added the enclaves. They made those a little bit deeper, and then they added upgradable outposts. Choose Your Own Apocalypse, which was huge. Zed Hunter, stuff that actually changes the game in a very robust way.
I didn't see anything revolving around. I didn't see anything revolving around tankiness or improving health or damage reduction in any way when I looked at the. Or looked at the spell shot.
Maybe it's mostly in the Berserker then.
Maybe.
Do you want a Flat Blade of the Lawless, 72 damage? It does dark energy, whatever. And melee attacks restore 6.9% of your maximum health and maximum ward. It's also
maybe is there a possibility that it can be infused with cryo? That there could be melee weapons cryo?
Yeah, I'm sure there's melee cryo weapons.
Okay, I don't think I'll take it. The weapon I have right now has amped, and it has all positives.
So going back to State of Decay 2 and then into Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3, much bigger game, and it does have some microtransactions actually. In the sense that there are skins, there are piecemeal DLCs. Now, it's not as bad as a lot of games, and you actually do get something, but it's there. You can't say that it's not, Randy. I know that he said, why would you F me like this, but which is like really weird choice of language for a CEO, but still. Fire rate while ward depleted. Why did I just sell this? I feel like I just bought that damn thing. What word am I using now? I think Borderlands 3 should have got 5 years of support. I think they should have kept a live team on it. And as fun as it was to go back and play it some, I was still left with the impression of unfinished business. And I'll stand by that. Oh, that's right, because I found my first enchanted piece of gear, Tucker, and that's what they call it now, enchants. On spell cast, increase gun damage by 6% for 10 seconds.
Ooh.
And it got a double reflect. 10% fire rate while ward is depleted, 30% chance to reflect bullets and arrows while warded. And I think they should have added a takedown for every enemy type. Like, there should have been a takedown and a raid boss around Skags. There should have been a takedown, capacity, delay, recharge. I know in BL3, the biggest thing is to find triple stack. So, like, capacity times 3 or delay times 3. This is still a good shield. Really good. Especially since it's one that already has a huge capacity. This shield has a 562 capacity, Tucker. And then he gets 25% on top of that, which I think is already added in. A minus 25% reward recharge delay, so 4 seconds, and 62% recharge rate. That's a pretty tanky shield.
Can I get I don't know if you have this or not, but can I get 14,581 coins?
Yeah. Here's one more shield, though. 15% ward regeneration rate. Returns 73 damage if dealt melee damage while warded. Regenerate 5% of your maximum health per second while ward is full. Now, if you want to be tanky, that's pretty good. You basically reflect damage. You get to get your ward up faster, and while your ward is full, you constantly regen health. That's 18,000. So, do you want that or the money? Are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Here, take the money. I think there should have been a takedown for a senior trade request. Oh, never mind.
Wait, how much capacity does the shield have?
This shield has a 476 capacity with a recharge delay of 5.8 and recharge rate of 68.
It has 200 less than the capacity of my shield. I think I might just take the money.
Okay. I think there should have been a takedown and a raid for every major enemy in the game. And that means COV. And that means basically all the manufacturers you fight during the game. Also think that they probably should have added another Vault Hunter. How much you needed? I'm just going to give you 15k. That's what you basically needed, right?
I need 14,581.
Oh, you need 1,400? You know that's 1,400, right?
Oh, wait, no. I need 14,581.
Okay, just take 15K. So there's just a lot more they could have done with the game. I'm not saying the game was left in some god awful state that doesn't, you know, it's unplayable or something. Of course it's not. You could still get hundreds and hundreds of hours of content, more if you want. You can make as many characters as you want and so on in BL3. At the same time, it still could have been more than what it is, and there's a sense that they walked away from it, made this was probably going to be DLC. As much fun as I'm having with it right now, as of right now, still fairly early, but I've got a positive opinion. It's not a conclusion. The initial impression has been strong, though.
Well, I have nothing but purple weapons now.
Wow. All right, let's go kill stuff, T. Oh, this finally opened up. That makes sense.
Oh, this is just a better one. This is just a better one of those frost guns that I have. Okay.
Sounds like Borderlands. So Gearbox always contracts out their DLC since Borderlands 2, and then would come in for the 4th DLC.
You ready?
Hey, Tucker, can you tell that I'm on a thing that I've had not gotten to the point on? The point is, basically, okay, let's go. I agree with Tucker, and I don't want to agree with Tucker. I'm going to review after we kill this guy, who's kind of cool looking. Probably one of these unspawning named bosses, though, which pisses me off. That's another huge thing. Is Gearbox has had 4 games pre-sequel. They did not have renaming names respawning bosses, which was a huge issue and basically ruins the end game of pre-sequel. Good luck hitting the level cap because there's not stuff to kill. It's ridiculous. Borderlands 2, of course, that was its big thing, is it had name bosses that you could farm. Battleborn somehow had that at launch, but it also had a lot of world loot that was really stupid, and they never did fix that. And I guess it's all about trying to get people to buy loot boxes, and that's why they do it, which I hate. Oh, you're doing mad damage, sucker. Where is it? There it is.
It's this new weapon that I bought with your money.
Well, it was worth.
It's just a stronger frost weapon. Oh wow, look at that. It lost its head.
That's cool. Oh, it's got a skull. Oh, that reload's awful. Yay, loot. Probably the season pass and they're done with it. They'll do what they did with the pre-sequel, and Gearbox is getting to have a bad history of that. They've never left a game in a state where it's like, yeah, you can't play that and you can't put 150 hours into it, sure, but they never actually completely finish it. There's always like 35 things left unfinished, and the argument's always going to be, well, yeah, don't you want us to move on to new things? In the case of like Battleborn, you had to. In the case of pre-sequel, because 2K closed Australia, you had to. In the case of BL3, no, definitely not. It's one of your mainstay franchises, and if you want to maintain your reputation as consumer friendly and trusted by your fans, because as of right now they still maintain that, then you don't leave the flagship alone. You pull a Halo 5 and you keep the sleeves up. You keep a live team on there of rotating people so nobody burns out, and you keep pumping content. You keep farming the community for data, and you keep looking at their opinions and their needs and their wants. And every once in a while you do a State of Decay 2, which I think that State of Decay 2 did win the Labor of Love award. It was at least nominated for, and that's a dev team that stays very dedicated to their game after launch and keeps working on it. All right, go ahead, Tucker.
Does Gearbox own State of Decay?
No, I'm using State of Decay just as oh, god dang it. What do you say? This is such an easy word, and yet I've lost it.
I was wondering because State of Decay and Borderlands are both huge games.
Ooh, Borderlands much bigger than State of Decay, though. That's the thing. That's the point. I'm using it as a example. God, how could I not think of an example? I don't know, but yeah, I'm using it as an example. State of Decay 2, Undead Labs was a much smaller team. It was a AA game, which just means like probably half the budget of Borderlands 3. And yet, here we are. I think that game came out in freaking 2017. It's almost 5 years old. It probably is 5 years old.
But it's still a pretty good game.
Oh, it's a great game. It's not that. It's that it's still supported so well. Like, just a month ago, they had another major update, and they're working on another one right now that has to do with how infestations work and how hordes work. And apparently it's got some issues, but they're still doing that. And what they're doing is really cool, I think. And it bodes well for State of Decay 3. And what they're doing that I think is really cool is that they're trying, basically, it looks like they're trying out new team members because they're hiring a bunch of people. Microsoft bought Undead Labs, Tucker, and Undead Labs makes State of Decay. Hey, Cryo, I need 29k, and I can get you a Cryo melee weapon.
Hold on, let me see how much money I have.
I'm getting better at this.
Okay, how much money do you need?
29k.
I only have 13. Okay. Darn.
Here, come back. Give me 5k. Something's making weird noise. And it looks like what they do is they bring on their new hires, because they've been hiring a lot of people, because now they obviously have a lot more money. And they've got the main team on State of Decay 3, and then the new people get to come in and be like, oh, I see that the community really wants this, or hey, there's this feature in State of Decay 2 that looks like it's not completely fleshed out yet and could be better. We'll build that. They've got a guy named Joe who just plays State of Decay 2 like a hardcore player and then communicates to the team. They have 2 community managers, basically. So the company is very personable, and it's the same people working for them because it was a smaller Seattle studio. Geoffrey Card and Brant Fitzgerald, and like these guys that you've seen them since State of Decay 1 if you followed the game. So it feels much more approachable. And this is it, Tucker. This is a good trade.
Sure, I was gonna ask you what element are you doing?
Oh, I haven't really focused on one yet.
Okay. I was just wondering, so that way for trades in the future.
And then you compare that with Gearbox. So Gearbox released a full, and State of Decay 2 was $40 at launch.
Thank you.
Sure. So we compare that with State of Decay Borderlands. Because, you know, Borderlands fan and all this crap. I bought Borderlands 3 twice because I guess I'm terrible with money. I'm not really even sure, but I did. And I'll tell you why I bought it twice. I know why, but it's still stupid with money. I wanted a physical copy and I wanted a digital copy. By buying it digital, I bought it for both Tucker and myself, or Buckslayer. And then I wanted a physical copy. I got the Steelbook just as a collector's item because, you know, fan. And the game took 7 years. So what, $200 and some spent on that game? And by buying, I bought the super duper edition both times. Now, State of Decay 2 pre-ordered, paid $60, but 5 years of updates, not one microtransaction. And granted, a lot of that DLC ended up coming up for free, but that doesn't bother me at all because I had a nice long head start or whatever. You know, the more the merrier. The more people that get into State of Decay, the better. And it's all to say that that game's been more supported than BL3 when you really get down to brass tacks. And that does frustrate me. I can't say BL3 is a bad game. So that brings us to the main point. Do we think that Wonderlands is going to get supported a lot? Do we think that Wonderlands is going to get, you know, State of Decay 5 years of love when it's already clearly a smaller game? It's already an offshoot. I have yet to notice any implications to the main story. Have you, Tucker?
What do you mean?
So we're doing this subset game, and it's an offshoot, and Tina's like with this cast of characters who they're obviously introducing, which is an implication to the main game. But has anything that we've done in this plot affected the actual Borderlands universe yet?
No, we're just playing in a child's imagination. Or not in a child's imagination, we're just playing a tabletop game with the Dungeon Master's imagination.
Am I supposed to be feeding you?
So am I supposed to be feeding you? So yeah, and that is to say that oh, it's the damn sheep. That's an annoying ass sound. I would say that makes it even less likely that they're gonna support it long term. Like, it looks like they got the gameplay down and they're doing some cool experiments, and it's definitely steps in the right direction in a whole lot of ways. And I definitely see myself pouring some hours into this. Tucker and I are definitely going to do this playthrough. And, but after the season pass is out, even with the reviews being pretty solid, I don't know that this game's going to get any love. And yet, this is a game that, if you really wanted to support it, you could do a lot. Especially in the subclasses. Sorry if the audio broke there, guys. Okay, now, I finally finished that whole thing, Tucker. And it was a long-winded way of saying I agree with your opinion. You now, Tucker, have been hired. Congratulations. You are the head of the Gearbox Live chest over here. You are now the head of the Gearbox Live Service team. What is the first thing that you bring to this game?
I guess more classes?
Yeah, I agree with you. 2 new subclasses, a takedown, 2 raid bosses. And yes, a takedown. If Gearbox stops doing takedowns, that's just weak.
What's takedown?
You remember you made... Oh, you need to join me. This is kind of neat. Did you ever do the Mally 1 takedown with us?
I don't remember what you're talking about.
Alright, well, so Borderlands' endgame has always had one big main activity. And it's not even like the great people, this is like blasphemy in the Borderlands fandom, but it's not that great of content, but it's key Borderlands content, so it's a point of affection with Borderlands fans, and it just kind of works in the Borderlands universe, and that's raid bosses. And the first raid boss was for Omnivorous the Invincible, so if it has the Invincible after its name, it's considered a raid boss, and raid bosses are just really strong bosses with tons and tons and tons of health. And they're considered the essential endgame challenge. And people were really upset with Borderlands 3 because they didn't add raid bosses until very, very end of the game. There's technically like 3 in the game because one guy you can turn into a raid boss, but there's only one really, sorry, fixing audio here, true raid boss. In Borderlands 2, raid bosses were a huge deal. They were Pyro Pete and Hyperius. Like, it's the end game content again for BL people. So they didn't do it much. So what they did, though, to try to replace it is they did an experiment, and they called it takedowns. And takedowns were their variation on, like, and massively multiplayer online RPGs raiding, or Destiny's raiding. Do you know what raids are in Destiny, Tucker?
I haven't played Destiny before.
Okay, well, do you know what, like, a raid is in general with MMOs?
Yeah, it's where you battle a big enemy to get loot.
Well, that would be like a raid boss, but yeah, that's the gist of it. Except, hold on, slow down. I'm behind you. I found a D20. I'm coming, though. A raid is a multi-staged endgame activity that tends to involve both bosses, but also challenges, waves, just a series of high level end game challenges usually. So in Destiny, they all involve like really in complex at times puzzle mechanics that require really high levels of communication and teamwork. And then the bosses will always require really just high levels of like shooter skill and coordination with your team. And they're really, really hard. And they sometimes bring out the absolute worst in people. Sometimes to a post-traumatic stress syndrome ending, other times to hilarity and infamy.
Why does it bring out the
Well, like,
stress?
people are very elitist when it comes to rating in not only Destiny but all MMOs. Hopefully not all, but it's a really bad kind of toxic part of the culture. Where do I go once? Do you just keep climbing up?
You climb on the stool and you jump into the cabinet. There should be a little hole in that.
Wait, up this table? Oh, I just got.
There's like a cage that fell from the roof. You're supposed to jump on that. And then you need to jump into the cabinet. And there should be a hole there. Yeah, and then you just jumped in. Should reach us. Here.
I'm on the cage.
Jump to the cabinet shelf.
Oh my god. This should not be this hard. That's my fault. So, like, people will always want to teach you the raid, or people won't raid with you at all unless you've done it before. But of course, if you haven't done it before, how can you ever learn how to do it? And it's just a whole thing. And our clan, Tyrell and I's clan, shout out to Vegnagun. Okay, I'm on the plant. You better come in here in real life and show me.
Okay, I'll be right back.
I'm doing terrible.
Okay, so. Oh, you're on the wrong space. You need to be down there.
We have to go down?
Right, you have to be on top of that. And you have to jump to there. There you go. And then you just turn to the right, and then you fall down.
Thank you. Hey, to be fair, it was kind of confusing. So Z42, Vegnagun, and I we'd actually Sherpa. A shout out to Show the Reaper. He would actually do these things blind. And this was Gearbox trying to do their twist on it, and they called it a takedown, which is that you'd go after really high level targets. Ooh, this thing's cool.
Go caster the normal sized skeleton.
So, whoops.
This doesn't seem like a normal skeleton.
And it was cool. I mean, it wasn't like it was hyper complex, but it was fun. You had to fight through you had to actually do an assault. It wasn't a wave-based mode to get into the actual facility, which was Mala 1. And then you had to fight the 3 Valkyries, which was basically the mini boss. Then you had to assault through another section of Mali 1 soldiers. I'm doing terrible. And finally, you got to fight Wuhan the Invincible, who is a raid boss. So, in order to get to the raid bosses I'm down, if you can help me. These skulls can get me up. Thank you. You had to do the takedown first, and it was high-level content. And people really liked doing it. And people speedrunned it. And people got good at it. And people made builds all around it. And the loot was good. And it was unique to it. And it was kind of considered like it's considered the best content. I'm down. Best content that BL3 did. Then, like 2 months or something later, I don't know. Later, they released another one that's significantly harder. They added a puzzle mechanic to it. Some of the checkpointing is actually worse than the other games. You gotta go kind of far away. And there's not like BL3 where you respawn right outside the boss, and I don't understand that, because we at least need that if they're not gonna do not save and reload. But it's harder, but same thing. I mean, it's takedown, you get a boss battle. There was more puzzles involved, which is neat, and more unique loot. but they only did 2. And this was a full AAA game, and Destiny does like, they do like 1 a year usually because they're really big deals when they do them. People.
Don't let him get those wisps.
Oh, that heals him?
Yeah, that heals him.
Okay. It's a really big deal, and people go for world first, and they post world first. The Bungie people do, and it's a huge deal. Like, it's official. They send you a belt and everything. There was not that kind of like infrastructure in place for Gearbox with their takedown, and then they just quit doing takedowns. Still was good content. It's just, again, it was half finished. They could have done, should have done at least 5 of those damn things. There should be 5 total. It should be the essential content. I'm excited to see what Chaos Chambers do. Since the beginning of BL3, though, they've always hinted like you're gonna have to wait for the next Borderlands. So Tucker, the reason you're having to listen to this is because we're recording for YouTube, so dead air.
Yep.
So it's your turn. Pipe in so you don't have to listen to it.
Brain. Brain stopped working.
Well, name a game that you've really loved that you felt was like half complete.
I don't think I've experienced a game like that yet.
Let's first discuss your favorite game ever. I'm down. Which is what?
I guess
I'm down.
I was down too.
Oh shit. I don't know how I got up.
Maybe it's because your companion got a kill.
Oh yeah, probably. Definitely not me. I'm sucking. I thought your favorite game was Battle Block Theater.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Down. Thanks.
I don't know which one. I don't know what game is my favorite. Oh, the loot.
Well, I can tell you my favorite. I repeat it all the time. Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. And then Borderlands 2. Even though Vini Vidi Vici, I'm done with that game. And then State of Decay 2. And then Halo 1. I got a list of top 10. I keep track of it because I have too much free time sometimes.
And it's important.
You should write them down, Tucker. So you know the games you've loved. So you can make hot suggestions. Coming in hot. Man, I felt really, really worthless during that fight. I did not contribute much. Then I finally went to that SMG that's been doing good this whole time and did a little bit. But my whole thing in BL is I don't like to use stuff that just melts everything. And I have no good reasoning for that.
How are we supposed to leave the house? Oh, through this portal.
Probably through that
Very
portal,
convenient portal. Very convenient portal.
We thought we'd hit chapter 9 before 10:30, and here we've been stuck in the Twilight Zone.
30 minutes.
I still really want to be able to loot and mark his junk from the damn ground. Doing this every time sucks.
What was that?
Probably the Lich. She's so noisy.
Know if there's anything else you need chopped off?
Alright. What do we do? Just run forward?
No, this way.
Oh, whoops.
Let's go through the very convenient portal.
Oh, hold on. This AR looks good. Skulldugger. Is Skulldugger the new Torg? Unlimited mag. Oh, no, it's the new Bandit or COV. Unlimited magazine weapon heats up, firing magic missiles more frequently. This weapon, it'll eventually break. Now, did you discover whether that break is full on, it's done forever?
No, I have never discovered.
Okay, I would assume. I'm going to test it out, even though this one's got a ×2, so it's going to be really good. Yeah, you just got to cool it down.
Okay. I'm trying to get back because technically I didn't complete.
Leave
that
Zephyr's house? What? Is that you? I don't understand. Leave Zoseph's house. Is it glitching out?
I don't think so. How are you doing that?
Doing what?
You nailed that jump first try. Having trouble.
Oh, you'll get it. I mean, you had to guide me in there. Run, slide, and jump helps. Oh, it's because you're not out yet? I don't understand.
Oh, wait. I get it. Okay.
We've totally left this place.
There we go. It was just glitching.
Okay, good.
Oh, we both had to leave. You were still in there.
Joseph. Who puts a Z in front of Joseph?
I'm getting better at this.
I am sorry, Master. I tried to stop.
Oh, I wish I could rename the Mushroom Companion.
Your first act of apology will be sweeping into the basement. There's skeleton all over it.
Yes, Master.
It has escaped.
Oh,
Ooh. So, did we finish the brick thing?
I don't know.
Ballad of Bones, Alchemy. What was the name of the one with brick? Do you happen to know?
Oh.
Okay. Talk to Backstab Knife to meet you. Murda. Is this the one? No, that's where we never finished the damn singing one. So I guess we must have finished that quest. Probably. Maybe.
How long does he stay a sheep?
Oh, probably forever. Because it said he had to sweep the basement as a sheep.
This is my domain. You are all my subjects. I rule you.
Oof. I've never slapped a king, but I'm willing to try.
Okay, I'm gonna do world map, and we gotta go to the hollows. So that's what we're going to do. Did they get rid of the ability just to straight up fast travel into the map? Journal, Ballad of Bones, track quest, good. Where do we need to go? I'm gonna look at the world map. We need to go to the Wargosh Shallows. Okay, I'm going in here. Gonna try to fast travel in there if possible. Next to a different map, it says press A. Whatever, let's just go to the overworld. Someone in the menu, is that why I can't do it?
Not in the menu.
Alright, here it goes. Oh, we're in Brighthoof. What the hell? Did we do the brick quest?
The Burke?
Brick. B-R-I-C-K.
Yeah, that was the quest.
That was the end of it right there?
All the magic I knew.
Or no, I think defeating the boss was it.
Okay, now we gotta go to the overworld. Let's push this main story forward some before we have to take another break. Graveborn power, gun damage. I mean, that sounds pretty damn good.
You might be wondering
We're definitely
why I
starting
built this
to get
thing.
enchanted stuff. Another unique, there are all a tray of cakes next to death. Pulls in nearby enemies. That would actually be great for you. And it's ice. In your inventory, Tucker, you should have something called Frost Burn. And it brings people in, which would be really helpful for you.
Where is it?
Your inventory.
Frostburn.
We should probably check.
Where is it? Or
I don't know, Tucker. It should just be in your inventory. It's a unique for doing the quest. Frostburn, it's a spell. That helps. If it's not there, you can have mine.
Yeah, there it is. Frostburn to Windfall.
It's such an honor for you to meet me, his eyes, Claptrap.
Alright, let's check the mailbox and let's...
Oh, Claptrap!
Soaringly on hero of all the land. I mean, come on, a wooden sword.
He's wooden now.
The spell that I have right now is actually better.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Meet me in the Wheat Wild Texas to begin our quest.
Get a quest.
Well, the big thing is that one pulls enemies in, though. So just because the damage is better doesn't automatically mean better. Also, it's a unique, so there's probably something special to it.
Okay, I got something for you.
All right.
I gotta use the restroom now.
Okay.
Be right back.
He looked a little too strange without the head. But we'll make him nice and short. Or will we make him super tall? What do we want to do? We can actually make him huge.
Never look a diamond horse in the mouth. If the sparkles don't harm you, the rainbow's win.
Oh, we're so low to the ground now. Where's the thing? There we go. Reticle position lowered. Which is a psychological thing that I guess makes you look up more often. That's why they do it.
Here you go.